guys, and welcome to our first abs and core workout. I'm so excited to be training with you today to get strong and to look and feel amazing for summer. All you need for this workout is a single dumbbell and a mat, but let's get started. We're going to start with a warm-up. You guys, warming up is so important before your workouts to avoid injury and just have a better workout overall. I feel like especially with abs, we tend to avoid a warm-up, but we'll start with some mobility today. So you want to be on your hands and your knees on your mat with your fingers spread, and we're going to be doing the cat-cow yoga pose. So you're going to be arching and curling your spine. Move slowly through all of the vertebrae. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds, and you can see the timer in the right corner of the video. So slowly articulate through all of the vertebrae in your spine, pushing that chest down towards the mat and then curling it up towards the ceiling. And as you're curling up towards the ceiling, you want to be looking down onto the mat, and then as you reverse, you'll be looking out. The second exercise that we'll be doing is the cobra. If you'd like, you can push immediately up into the high cobra position. However, if you need to work into it more, since this is a warm-up, just start slowly and come up just a few inches off the mat. And then the next time you push up, come a little higher and a little higher. You want to make sure that your shoulders are pressed down away from your ears and back. And once I get to the top of the cobra, I'll usually do a little bit of a spinal twist in this position, just super gently. Again, this is not our workout, this is just our warm-up. So you'll turn to the right, to the left, wiggle those shoulders a little bit, and just relax the spine. And finally, we're going to be doing a dynamic side bend. So you can either be sitting for this or on your knees as I am. And you're just going to reach one arm up and over, extending it as far out as you can, up to the sky and then over to the opposite side. And you should feel this all along the side that's stretching from just below your armpit down to your hip. And we'll just be continuously going back and forth during this 30 seconds. All of the warm-up exercises you will do for the full 30 seconds. Now you can pause the video if you feel like you need a little bit more of a warm-up, but we're going to go on into the exercises for today. We'll be doing each exercise for 45 seconds and then repeating the circuit, beginning with our standing oblique crunch. Stand nice and tall with your feet about shoulder width apart, and you're going to be holding a dumbbell in one hand. Now you want to feel as if you're just rolling or dragging that dumbbell down your side as you crunch. For example, on this side it would be my left side, and stretch the right side. Now you'll feel this most actually in the right oblique rather than the left, because that will be the muscle that is pulling your torso back upright after the crunch. And one helpful cue that I find is beneficial for a lot of people is to think of your ribs and your hips on the side opposite the dumbbell, pulling closer together to draw your body back upright. So almost as if there's a magnet between your hips and your ribs, and they're pulling together. Now let's switch to the other side, and we'll be doing the same thing. So you should be feeling this in the left oblique since our dumbbell is on the right side. Make sure to do these reps really nice and slow. We're not trying to get as many reps as possible in during this 45 seconds. And especially when you have a weight, working with tempo and working slowly is actually super beneficial for the muscle. So don't race through these. You can take your time and really feel all of the muscle and the mind-muscle connection between that left oblique. Amazing job. We'll finish up that side and then get into our next exercise. Next, we're getting into our high plank. So this is a plank that will be on your hands instead of on your forearms, and I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. First, you can do it your traditional plank where you're pushing up, you're trying to keep your body in a line without bowing or arching your back. And then the modification would be just on your knees. So instead of on your feet and hands, you'll be on your knees and hands. And I would do this if you aren't comfortable with doing a full high plank. It's still going to give you great benefits. I personally love a good plank because it always reminds me that exercises can be so simple and yet so effective and challenging. A plank is literally just holding a position, but it's so challenging physically and even to a certain extent mentally. And so I think that's just a reminder that simple exercises can work wonders, and you don't have to choose the most complicated exercise in order to get results. We've got our last 10 seconds of our plank. You've got this. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop out of it. Perfect. Next, we've got our bicycle crunch. So you want to think in this exercise, rather than your elbow going towards your knee, of your shoulder going towards your knee. So almost as if there's a string between your shoulder and your opposite knee, and you're trying to shorten those strings as much as possible. Yes, the elbow is going to bend in slightly just because that's the positioning of it with your head, but rather than thinking of bringing your elbow and you're just twisting your arms, by thinking of your shoulder, it's really going to target the abs a lot more. And then just shoot out your legs. You'll feel a little bit of lower abdominal work with your leg lengthening out each time. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Our last exercise of the circuit is the dead bug, and positioning is pretty important for this. So make sure that your legs are in tabletop position, and then your arms will be pointing straight up. And you can do these either with your head lifted, as mine is, or you can leave your head on the ground. You'll still feel it either way, but for a little more challenge, you can lift up your head, neck, and shoulders slightly. And then you'll just alternate opposite arm and leg extending while the others stay stationary. Really think about keeping that distance between your knees and your arms. And make sure to not bring your knees too close into your chest. That will make the exercise a lot easier. So if it's starting to feel a little too easy, just move your knees farther out from your chest. You guys did so amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. And to do the full workout, you're going to repeat this circuit 3 more times. Thanks for joining me and have a great day.